Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Shogun season 1, episode 5, and today also the episode 6. It's really great. That's it, I'm gonna... You know? With this episode, I'm gonna finish the first half of the season. I'm gonna begin the second half of it. Like, I'm really beginning to be fully involved into that first season. It's cool to discover this show, even if I'm discovering it after everyone did, and maybe you think that I'm late to discover it. I don't care. Me, I love the fact that I'm discovering it right now. That's it. I think that I remember the names. Like, John, there is an issue with him. The fact that for me, I want to name him the engine each time. Like, since the first episode, each time that he's appearing on screen and all, and each time that I'm talking about him, I just want to name him the engine. Like, I don't know. I prefer to name him like that. I prefer to see him, you know, for this role that he has into the show, and the fact that everyone is considering him just as that, you know. I don't know. But just know that I know his real name, but I might continue to name him like that until the end. Toranaga, it's the Lord. Yabushige, yes, it's that. It's the traitor. And we have Mariko as well, and we have other characters, but there are already the 4 main characters, in my opinion. With Ishido, also. That other lord who wants the head of Toranaga, all of that. End of the previous episode, beginning of the war, because of what Toranaga's son did. He did it really because of his ego, because he was tired of getting humiliated, because he was pushed also to do something, even if he knew that his dad wouldn't approve, because his dad told him that you shouldn't be the first one to commit a mistake during a moment like that, and right there he began the war. And really his dad, I think that he loves his son, but I don't think that he respects him. We saw that also during a previous moment when he sent his son and Yabushige together like that. His son was like, how can you trust him? He's a traitor and all. And in fact, Toranaga said something like, okay, he's a traitor, but in fact, he did what he had to do during that moment. And we know that Toranaga, he considers that he has no friends, he has no enemy. We know also that he can do things, you know, in a sneaky way. I think that maybe he could have done the same than Yabushige. And I think that maybe he respects more a guy like him who does what he needs to do to have what he wants, you know, than someone like his son. Me, I value loyalty, so for sure I disapprove what Yabushige did. And I thought at first that I would prefer his son because of that, you know, I would be on his side, ruling for him and all. But after what he did during the previous episode, at the end of it, for sure I disapprove totally how he did that. And I think that his father is going to disapprove it because he just began the war, because he committed the first mistake. Also because it's something so weak, you know, to attack someone like that by surprise with the cannons like that. That guy, you know, dying said it, like, it's not an honorable way to kill an enemy, how can you do that? And I totally approve that message. We'll see how it's gonna be during this episode, if the war is truly gonna begin or not, if Toranaga is gonna find a way to delay it a little, because I think that it was also a bad idea, because your dad needed more time to organize himself, his forces, maybe to find allies, to find stuff. That was a bad idea. We'll see. Something also which happened during the previous episode is the fact that the engine and Mariko... See, I said the engine and not John. The engine and Mariko they had sex together, even if she wants to play like it was nothing and all, she did it as a duty and all of that. Clearly these two are beginning to have feelings for each other. I'm not mad about it, even if I still think that it's not necessary to have a love relationship into a show like that. I'm not mad about it because she's not just defined as a love interest. They built a story around her, a background that we still need to discover. So she's not only going to be defined as a love interest, and I prefer that. Because into shows like that, we don't have a lot of female characters, so if we're beginning to have them only for love relationships, I'm going to be tired of it. So at least right now it's not that, so I'm okay. And also, during the previous episode, we had in fact Fuji-sama, a new female character, and I already love her attitude. We had her before, but I couldn't understand where they wanted to go with her. The fact that she lost her husband and her baby, okay, fine, maybe it was just to describe that culture, that sense of honor and all. And in fact, no, they want to keep her to give her more, so I'm glad. So yes, for this episode, I'm not expecting to have already the war right now, battles and stuff like that during this episode. I think that this show is talking also a lot about the political aspect, the fact that they are trying to whisper against each other, to do stuff against each other and all, to have allies and to have rats, spies inside. So maybe we can continue with that, but at the same time with what the son did, it's gonna be difficult. Like maybe just you're gonna offer your son's head. It would be the only way to repair that fault which was committed right there. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode. Guys, if you want, on my Patreon, you have one episode of advance now. That's it. You have one episode of advance. You have also two options. With the level 2, you have a longer reaction part than the one that I post on YouTube. And with the level 3, you have the full reaction part, everything, all of my reactions and my thoughts to the entire episode. If you can be interested to see more, if you can be interested to have a certain advance, if you can be interested to support me, you have my Patreon for that. You have all of the links into the description. Let's go, guys, for this episode. So, in fact, what happened? You're too proud of yourself for someone who did such a thing. I didn't imagine that at all. I prayed for him for his death. She slept with another guy. Do we know that guy? Three out of 5. At least you're buying time right there. Maybe you should delay that concert, that reunion? He's an amazing warrior? Or something happened, like... What about the husband? The fact that you didn't argue with your son, it's really another culture. Also? Also? Ah! That's more the attitude that I was waiting for.
Now we'll hang it up for a few days to mature, maybe a week, depending on weather. There we are.
それは腐りまするぞ。お分かりでござりまするか。腐る。
But this is a gift from Toranaga-sama. It must be the best pheasant this village has ever prepared. No one is to touch this bird. Kokoroimashita ka? Kinzu. Hai.
Pretty sure that Mariko's aunt is gonna touch it.
これはおせいで。無事にご生還そばされ何よりでござります。
マリコはどこじゃ?
Is your
様
aunt?
の友人に参られました。嫁に行かせましょうか。
わしもここに通りせよと虎永さんに仰せつけられた。万人の小型とはどんなものじゃ?
言葉でござりまするが。
Not that bad.
私は旗本の選出でございますゆえ、分かりかねまする。
Oh, Fuji-sama!
安値を覚えてんだな。
No.
いいえ、ありがたいことに。半人様には私より好みに合うおなごがおりますので。
Fuji-sama!
安心に申し伝えたので、有限には戻るとな。
I'm sorry, I'm gonna appreciate the girl so much. She has an attitude, she has a way to be. Even if at some point she betrays Genji, Mariko and all, she has a lot to offer, I think, as a character to this show.
そうかな。
Mm-hmm.
もしや長門をそそのかし、上善らを攻撃させたのはお主か。
He sees you so well. Because again, I think that that's what he would have done.
長門殿は上善逮捕隊のことを報告させまいとしてご決断されたのでございます。長門はあのような策略を思いつくほど恐れながら我がおいのし向けなことかと存じます。阿部の前夜、長門殿と先を組み交わしておりました我がおいの
You're gonna sacrifice him?
何故敵を誘い出す妙案を編み出してくれた。末頼もしき若武者をわしが懲らしめねばならんのじゃ。
He's gonna turn that against you.
じゃあ、おいご殿のおかげで、キャツらの方から打ち入れて、ここにおる我らを
So to come here to attack you?
安心と鍛錬しておる大砲隊の采配を任せると。
So not to the engine, to
当然の褒美である。
Yeah, Bushigi is really like, what didn't I do right? You know, what didn't I say right there? Yeah.
朝鮮ではもっとむごいこともあったの。いい石がなければ、いわば臓器が生い茂るだけの茂みに過ぎませぬ。ようこそおいでくりさいました、文茶の様。戸田様じゃ。Toda sama, it's a relief he was able to escape Osaka, and an honor for him to have observed our kind regiment today. わしの夢はどんな大砲よりも早く長く。
He will be put in the hands of a true samurai. The bow and sword will always outmatch the cannon.
Well, perhaps we should have a friendly contest sometime.
You're gonna make a contest.
You know where I come from, many women drink from a tiny cup like that.
The polite size of the sake cup helps us to enjoy the drink and
Okay, playing who has the biggest dick.
This is how we can.
Yes, you are two guys and you have balls and a dick. Cool. Go for you. Oh, you can be drunk as hell and it's okay. Oh wow. What man you are. That's so impressive.
my husband is tired and has had a lot to drink. You must tell him the story. But choose your words carefully.
You're the one translating them, so...
いいえ戦話あなたおい来い指まで柱を笑わせろ
The gateway of your house. He asks you to choose a post.
But he's going to shoot it.
Choose.
Right.
右の柱。
Mariko-san.
Even that drunk?
Mariko-san, move! Mariko-san!
I don't know if you trust him that much or just you don't care that much about your life, girl.
Mariko-san, get out of the fucking way!
I think bossing.
Please tell him that while I understand that in this country, like mine, a man's wife is his property, but I believe strongly that his wife merits better.
She's never gonna translate that.
妻は持ち物であり、夫目のままにして良いのでござりましょう。されど安心様も、妻をもっと丁重に扱ってはいかがかとおっしゃっておられまする。
It was a diplomatic way to translate what he said.
あれのことだ。お前の丁重に扱いだぞ。とりあえずにお前の腕筋を教えてやる。
She said about her name.
Younger!
I am daughter of the late Lord Akechi Jinsai.
Okay. What does it mean?
My
You
father's
know she
daughter
doesn't want to
was
say.
Kuroda-sama. Ruler of Japan before the Taiko. Kuroda-sama was corrupt and murderous, and so my father killed him out of love for the realm. All of my brothers, sisters, and my mother, they all knelt before my father, who was forced to execute them one by one before committing seppuku himself. I was just married and not permitted to fight. Each year on the anniversary of my family's murder, I asked my husband to let me take action against this injustice.
To kill herself.
But I can do nothing.